Bonjour, bienvenue à toutes et à tous, j'espère que vous passez une bonne matinée, que vous avez bien dormi. Bon petit déjeuner à ceux qui sont au petit déj. Allez, continue la semaine, une petite semaine avec Genshin Impact là, j'espère que vous avez passé de bonnes fêtes, passé une bonne semaine de vacances pour ceux qui sont en vacances. Bon courage à ceux qui taffent. Allez, on est parti. Allez, comme d'hab, on va attaquer par nos petites missions quotidiennes. Elles sont où d'ailleurs? Ah putain, elles sont là-bas, du coup. Ouais, bah écoute, hein, ça va changer un peu. Par contre, j'en vois que 3. Uhum. Hop.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and...
Ça va nous changer un petit peu, tiens, ils sont là-bas. Maintenant qu'on a déverrouillé les îles, c'est cool ça. C'est nouveau. D'habitude, on les avait dans mon stat. Ouais. C'est le début, après je pense qu'il va falloir monter. Bon, c'est cool. Ça change un peu de faire des missions ici. Ensuite, on va aller faire. Hop. Bonjour.
Speed of light. Life goes on.
Can't run!
Incoming.
Nowhere to hide. Went too far. You need a hurry up.
For a flash freeze. Now you're
Speed
not
of
going
light.
anywhere.
Ah, je croyais qu'il était mort, merde.
I'll be back.
Chill to the bone.
You need to hurry up.
Putain, j'aime pas quand ils sont dans les coins comme ça.
Wheel of life.
Well done.
Don't blink.
You need to hurry up.
Hey!
This
Sword from the shadow.
An unfortunate fault. That seemed to work.
C'est là. C'est où? Oh, putain, sérieux.
Speed of light.
T'avais pas d'autre endroit où te mettre? Ah putain.
That seemed to work.
Don't blink.
Use this first.
Rise. Sacred name. Fortune preserver. Speed of light.
Ah cool, t'es descendu de ton perchoir, ça fait plaisir.
Cut to the chase. Incoming.
Voilà.
Don't blink. Incoming. Got lucky that time. Go. Play. Speed of light.
Là, on récupère déjà ça, on va aller chercher après. Hop.
Wheel of life. Don't blink. Hey! Speed of light.
Voilà. Et donc la dernière, par contre je l'ai pas vu sur la carte. Ici, ok. C'est une zone que j'ai pas fait là, je suis passé à l'arrache sur cette zone là. Juste pour découvrir la zone, c'est cool. Et on va aller faire vite le téléporteur tant qu'on est là. Collecter les particules électro. Et c'est là ou est-ce que c'est en dessous? Perle de corail. Oh. Ah, c'est peut-être ça. Bien vu. Donc c'est en haut. Ok. On va sur TP. Alors là. Putain. Ah ouais. Ah, par contre là je suis niqué. Ok. On va falloir relancer le défi, je crois. On va falloir comprendre comment il fonctionne. Ah bah voilà, ça c'est fait, c'est cool. Bah, juste comprendre un peu comment il fonctionnait. Impeccable. Alors. On va déjà aller récupérer un petit coup nos points. Envoyer en expédition. Ok.
Ad Astra Abyssos. Thank you for completing today. Ad Astra Abyssos.
On va aller envoyer ici. Édition terminée. Allez. Ça c'est fait. Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? Est-ce qu'on va... Donc là on pourrait... Pour faire son élévation, il faudrait qu'on aille faire 3 fois l'arbre enflammé. On va changer un peu les clics. Ah putain. Non mais non. Voilà. Alors.
Here, let me help you.
You're in for...
With sword comes shadow. Rise. Don't blink! Hey! Nowhere to hide. Incoming! Wheel of life. Speed of light! Cut to the chase! Don't blink! Hey! Let's spark.
Hein. Alors, on va retourner un petit coup parce que là, faut qu'il réapparaisse.
Ad Astra Abyssa.
Ça va avoir suffi. Eh non, il est pas là encore. Ça va permettre de voir un petit peu, du coup, elle, pour son élévation, qu'est-ce qui va me manquer? Il va falloir qu'on le fasse 4 fois lui.
I'm all for.
Je sais plus lequel que c'est pour les topazes. Non, c'est pas lui. C'est pas lui non plus. Donc c'est lui. Il est là. Ah c'est ça, bon il est là. Ok, on ira après, on va aller voir déjà si, en attendant, Sylvie est de nouveau là. Ah voilà, impeccable.
Go. Incoming. Hey! With sword comes shadow. Speed of light. Incoming. Wheel of life. Orders given. Orders.
Cyclone!
Cut to the chase. Hey! Yeah. Ha. Huh. Hit. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Ha. Hit.
Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
Speed of light. Hey! Nowhere to hide. Ha. Yeah. Incoming. Huh? Ha. Ha. Hit. Ha. Don't blink. Hey! Speed of light. I'll be fine. Rise. Flight. Incoming. Cut to the chase.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Don't blink. Incoming.
Voilà. Et encore une fois. Et on est bien. Du coup, en attendant, on va aller. Qui se régénère. Ouais.
Oh yeah, rock on!
passer là, on va quand même en récupérer un peu plus. Et on devrait être bien là.
Faster? Go. Speed of light! Hey! With sword comes shadow.
Voilà. Alors, non, on va déjà changer d'équipe. On va repasser.
I'm on the case.
Normalement, on en a assez maintenant. Ouais, impeccable. Faudra juste aller faire des sessions sur l'électro. Mais il y a du taf, hein. On n'a même pas fini de passer le niveau 70, faut déjà qu'on attaque au niveau suivant.
Rise. Don't blink! Speed of light!
Keep moving!
Go. Hey! Nowhere to hide. Don't blink. Opening box of Adepti. Wow. Life goes on. Speed of light! Cut to the chase! Hey! Wheel of life.
Let's spark things up a little.
Wow.
Don't blink. Hey! Go. With sword comes shadow.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Wheel of life. Oh. Speed of light. Cut to the chase.
Allez. Voilà. Ah, c'est fait aussi. Donc qu'est-ce qui va nous manquer pour... Déjà on va remettre l'équipe normale.
At the ready. In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it...
Non, pas toi. Pourquoi? Ah merde, je me suis planté.
Just sharpen my spear.
Ah, ça va falloir qu'on aille faire de la synthèse un peu et ça aussi. Ok, on va pouvoir faire l'élévation. Donc j'ai dit qu'il m'en fallait 3. Et 9, bah va.
I know for work-life balance, but
Ok, donc là il en faut 1, donc là il faut que j'en fasse 3. Ok, ça c'est fait et j'ai dit la bave, c'est le mucus je crois. Et il en faut 9. Et du coup, on va pouvoir faire voilà son élévation.
finally.
Les câbles.
adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
Du coup, qu'est-ce qu'il me reste en résine? On va aller faire un peu d'XP pour finir la résine. Bon. Ah. Voilà.
Life goes on. Wow. Faster? Okay, faster.
Faster. Ah non mais grimpe pas là.
Pyrotechnics! Amp it up!
Don't blink! Wheel of life.
Il y en a encore. Ah ouais, il y en a encore un petit là.
Nice and spicy. Go. Orders given. Orders received. Play.
Ah, il y en a encore un petit là.
Play.
Voilà.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Faster, ok, faster. J'adore Kiki. Allez.
You're open! You're open! You're open! You're open!
Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Hey!
You're open!
Wheel of life. Cut to the chase. Don't blink.
Oui, je m'occupe de toi. Après, je t'ai vu, toi, dans le coin, là. Ok, et la deuxième, du coup, elle est pas très loin. Ouais.
Rise. Like. Incoming. Opening box of Adepti tricks. Faster. Speed of light. Nowhere to hide. Boba, get them. You're toast. Don't blink. Hey. Cut to the chase. Wheel of life. Speed of light. Don't blink.
Voilà. Du coup, qu'est-ce qu'on a déverrouillé là? Ah, pardon. Oh, on a débloqué pas mal du coup là. Et pourquoi ça me les... Mais non, mais je veux pas les déverrouiller, mais... J'aimerais bien retirer ce point d'exclamation. Bon, bref. On est parti pour l'avoir un moment celui-là. Ok. Là, je trouve ça nul, ça m'énerve. J'aime pas avoir les points d'exclamation comme ça, là. Je veux pas savoir après à chaque fois. Ah putain. Bon bref. On a de quoi. Ah, faut voir d'ailleurs son arme renforcée. Ça c'est quand? Bon bah ça on fera ça jeudi concrètement voilà. On sait déjà ce qu'on va faire. Ok.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Alors du coup au niveau des quêtes. Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? On va continuer celle-là, tiens.
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Wait! We're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Are our clothes really so... what Paimon means to say is...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. It seems there's more to you than meets the eye.
Et ouais,
In which
on a le bras
case,
long, hein,
welcome to the
ici.
Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more like it.
Entrons dans le salon de thé.
Well, now that we're here, where's Toma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet us?
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that dog talking to us?
Relax, no need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly
All right. I've had my fun.
Hey! You're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister!
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long, as was the case in Rito. So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through earlier, though it was quite necessary. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same, but when the lightning struck... so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically anywhere on Narukami Island.
Allons voir cette statue. Ah, le bruit quand tu marches sur le pont. Oh, le toutou.
This area sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often, do they? Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt degree are put into the statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it for all time.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
Raiden Shogun is being, oh, I don't know, selfish?
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Ah, un petit flashback.
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something...
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. All right, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Allez, on continue la visite touristique.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't... I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world.
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here. Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Et on peut pas la voir derrière. Ah! C'est joli. C'est joli l'intérieur, j'aime beaucoup. Donc pour l'instant, ils sont pas encore déverrouillés tout ça. Et comme Catherine pour l'instant. Ok. Continuons la petite quête. Tranquille. Alors, qu'est-ce que ça doit nous raconter, toi?
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
Ah, you must also be here to try and... Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We will gladly apologize if that's the case.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
Speed of light.
On va lui parler. Alors, qu'est-ce que tu nous racontes de beau, toi?
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to... True. But that's not why And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave? I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my... In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what...
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need... But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit,
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just...
If you don't mind, we will leave...
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
Bon, c'est juste à côté. 2 minutes. Je suis là. Allez, nous revoilà. Allez, on est reparti. Bon. Hop. Donc il faut qu'on retrouve son petit journal. Déjà un petit peu long.
This looks like Teijima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snake. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo... I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of days. Huh? Wait! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time.
Sanctuaire.
So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it, but anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy...
En train d'intérieur, non. Comment je fais là?
Here we are! This seems to be... The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried... Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. It looks like a letter. The paper's... Konda Village.
Ah, si nous sommes séparés par cette guerre, comment au village
Where is that place again?
Là, il devrait y avoir un fruit. Attends. Où là-bas?
So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, okay. Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from...
Allez, allons lui redonner ses affaires. autour de chez lui, il aurait trouvé tout ça.
That's certainly my handwriting. But I have no... Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now, love, regret, everything I felt for her. No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been... I think... maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually? Only to... When I think about it like that, how curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? I shall remain here, and...
Tejima seems to be dealing... okay. But seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in. At least we were able to help him. Well... according to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Alors, le prochain, il va être ici. On a une petite quête annexe en plus. Allez, déverrouiller là au passage. Ils seront déverrouillés, on verra plus tard.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma, the ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about...
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's...
What? We just happened to be... We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without...
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would... Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what...
Allons lui parler.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the... My own family can barely get by as it is. No, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to... All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provision?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be... To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself.
Huh. He seems... But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to... We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have...
Ils sont là. Bon. Écoute, je vais pas aller vite là.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jack.
You haven't seen anything yet. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of... You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson!
Rise.
Don't blink! With sword comes shadow.
Have a little taste.
Incoming.
Et voilà.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with...
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables. And I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom.
You've got a deal! Now show us what's in the box.
Huh?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them cheap, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of it. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that...
Yes, so we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's...
Allons à l'épicerie. Je vois le truc venir. En fait, les provisions d'urgence, c'est lui qui les achetait pour le village. C'est sûr et certain.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything. Or perhaps there's something you... Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it?
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on it. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increase...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long, and so he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was... and no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cared. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, if you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, it seemed most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to... In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the Oh, but before you go, if you would...
But we didn't...
Information is also a kind of... Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, we found... Let's go talk to Kurosawa again.
On vient de se faire délester. Elle nous a arnaqué. Elle nous donne des informations et elle nous oblige à faire payer. C'est honteux. Bon, ça va, on ira, ça va. Allons parler au petit samouraï.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true.
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency...
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
virtue, and somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition, but what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in... The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to... And the irony of all of this, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet I'm equally unable to be bad.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission, in any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Deuxième. Toujours dans le même coin, c'est cool.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though?
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole but then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or...
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't... Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked the shrine mate, but if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll complete
The Grand Narukami Shrine?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Naruk... So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be... The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more...
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess...
Non, j'ai pas vu, c'est...
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to wit just now, when Nanako was attending to him. She heard him when she asked him who the people were. He suddenly looked panic-stricken. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago. And he has been a want. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to subdue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here? We won't let them get away with it. Come on! Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
How did... Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the question. And what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with... I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait.
Anzai. Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster. Studying, I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever master. I thought so too at the time. But Domon began making swift. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want—
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately after that I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down though, I still respected his mastery of the blade, and his commitment to the art of... So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism...
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He was still... Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
Exorciste. Sérieux. On retourne. Ah, la princesse.
You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No.
Nanako, please. Try not to...
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out, and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yai...
Lady Yai? Is that the same...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news!
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask...
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand... I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wished...
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's...
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close. Anyway, you should join us too tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, with.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children.
Ah oui, ouais. On va le faire. Donc derrière, je pense.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at it? It was probably nothing. It's not.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly...
Lady Yai, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of... It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Even only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend.
Poor sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my father. Sensei.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they... Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this...
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my day. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know, I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that...
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of...
Goodness.
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hand. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miyakyo Shisui. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my... This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my...
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, but I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure... Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady...
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf.
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, my intuition, the wind that blows from afar carries fresh life. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yae seems to have taken... She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really... We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go
Allons faire le rapport.
Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our 3 friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like they're... Ayaka, how come this time...
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to...
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he...
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen.
Demande de mim. Accepté.
Thank you both kindly.
Alors.
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit thunder's roar, lightning's flash, the wind's assault, and the rain's descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings, but I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance? You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the... Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House?
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it!
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions? The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusive. The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, after all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for vision. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt decree is...
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on what...
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against...
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sangonomiya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt. Of course! We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt decree.
Ooh, Paimon has a question!
Oh? What would you like to—
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity.
So what are we gonna—
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can—
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Darn! So they found out about it?
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon— Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato. By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on— When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family.
Ok. On peut pas jouer le tambour. Dommage. Il y a plein de petites salles sur sa montée. Oh, il fait plaisir celui-là. Et un peu de fatigué. Donc du coup on va pouvoir oh ça avance. Allons voir le marchand de feu d'artifice.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time. You'd best save yourself the—
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things unfold. Psst! Hey, wait! Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on, this way. What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help? Shh, quiet. Hey, this isn't right, you know. Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble. Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision!
Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right.
Wise choice. Oh.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. Doesn't he? This is your fault. You're the one who stopped us from interviewing.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimon.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Great to meet ya.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Narukami Island just wouldn't—
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks.
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll unfair. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first place. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine trying to run the business without it. Ugh.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition they deserve.
Master Masakatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him too? You don't say! Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! But if I just march straight in there by myself, I'd probably get Miss Kami's... So, what about if I join you instead?
Sure! Welcome to the team! Ayaka told us to go look for help at a fireworks shop.
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. Besides hiding vision bearers in my shop, that is. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area and found a way in.
Whoa, talk about a reliable source. Seems we've got the right person on our team.
Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's ready.
Time to break him out!
Alors, voyons un petit peu. En sauvetage. Allons libérer.
Naganohara's fireworks are the best in Inazuma.
Là, je suis en train de me demander si on est dans la continuité de la quête qu'on faisait ou si on vient de se raccrocher à une autre quête. Ça, c'est la vraie question. Non, parce que ça, c'était l'autre quête, c'est qu'elle nous a envoyé sur l'île. Et... Ouais, là, on est reparti sur une autre quête, là. Ouais, on est reparti sur autre chose. Alors. On a fait dérivé complet là. Bien ce qui me semble. Oh, passage secret. Alors. Bon, j'arrive. Je vais faire un petit pipi avant de continuer et on va faire un petit défi solo. Intéressant. Cool. Allez, on va passer aux choses sérieuses. On va partir sur cette équipe-là. On est bien avec celle-là.
Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier than Paimon imagined.
Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, we've got a good chance. I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu and get out of here. We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back.
You sure? Alright then. Just be careful not to get caught.
Yes, you too.
Life goes on.
Speed of light! Hey! Cut to the chase!
Oh, la musique est trop bien.
Talk about a big door! Seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Show me what you've got!
Hey, not the guitar! Try till I'm dead! Don't blink!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Clear cut!
Nowhere to hide.
Il est passé où?
Go. Sacred name, fortune preserver.
Speed of light.
Booba, get them!
Don't blink.
I dare you! I've been bested.
Oh, il y a même des ascenseurs, ils sont modernes ici.
Battle formation!
Race you! Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Ah ouais, d'accord.
Rise.
Nice and spicy!
Ah, mon Uno aussi est tombé.
I won't forget this.
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it. These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
Cut to the chase.
I must withdraw.
Vraiment trop bien la musique. Là on va y aller. Là, moi.
Faster? Okay,
Ah,
faster.
ça.
Time to rock! Booba, get them!
I'll be fine. Don't blink.
I dare you! Take this!
Speed of light.
That really hurt!
Soldiers, quick!
You're toast!
Hey! With sword comes shadow.
Allez, on enchaîne un petit peu là. Il en reste encore. Putain. Ouais.
Don't blink.
Get them! I dare you! Show me what you've got!
Attendez, je récupère un petit coup. J'arrive. Voilà, je suis à vous.
Speed of light.
Wow. On va changer.
Allow me. Strike first!
Wow. On est très cher.
Show
Là.
me what you've got.
Attendez.
I didn't feel that.
Voilà.
Life goes on. Wow.
Watch your step.
Wow.
Allow me to strike first.
Oh. Orders given. Orders received.
Incoming.
Show me what
Nowhere
you've
to
got. Ah! I
Speed of
dare you.
light.
Wheel of life.
Power core. Amp it up. Don't blink. Hey.
Voilà. Il a juste fallu temporiser un petit peu pour récupérer un peu d'énergie, mais on était bien. On doit le faire récupérer ici? Non. Oh, je suis curieux là.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Putain.
Speed of light.
Brace yourself.
Incoming.
Rise.
Show me what you've got. Ah!
Nice and spicy. Don't blink.
Show me what you've got.
With sword comes shadow.
Show me what you've got. I dare you. Ah! Don't hold back. Watch your step. Show me what you've got. I dare you. Ah! Allow me to strike first.
Ah putain, j'aime pas ça quand je suis coincé comme ça là.
Incoming.
Life goes on.
Voilà.
Watch your step. Allow me to strike. Show me what you've got.
Oh.
Speed of light. Cut to the chase.
I need to. Don't hold back.
Hey!
Ah!
I've been bested.
Stylé. Je vérifie quand même qu'on n'a rien. Tiens, tant qu'on y est, hop. Hop. Comment? Viens là. Allez, viens petit. Viens. Voilà, c'est bien. Allez, viens. Viens là petit. On va pas trop jouer près du bord, voilà.
Over there. That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
No!
Oh no! Those Tenryo Commission brutes are torturing him!
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
Ouais, c'est ce que j'allais dire, mais quand est-ce que t'es revenu, toi?
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been for nothing.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ah, ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
Make way, let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryou Commission itself.
Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again.
Oh, Paimon sure wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching Master Masakatsu.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little present.
Fireworks!
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were enough to distract them. Maybe.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was particularly proud of this batch. I decided to.
Whoa!
Yoimiya, this is...
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
Yoimiya, is that you?
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards.
Come on! We've got no time to lose! They could be back any minute!
Bah ouais, elle était pas partie encore.
Yes, leave. Before I let my judgment get the better of me. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Well... you can bet we'll do all we can to keep...
Leave this place.
Et ben voilà. Easy peasy.
We're finally out of that creepy place.
Yes. Finally, I've made it out of there.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel? Can you hold on?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated. I'll treat you to a round of drinks once this is all over.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him. Right, Kujusara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were treating him? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. Though Paimon would never agree with their actions in the Vision Hunt Decree, of course. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good news?
Allez, on va finir cette quête-là. Enfin, ça monter. Tiens, on va... La flemme, on va se TP et partir de là.
I see. So Kujo-Sara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely.
Don't forget, Kujo Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. She obeys. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to allow his escape. If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an unexpected blessing. We are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done it without Yoimiya and the Traveler. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we expected.
Don't mention it.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time without the help of the Traveler. But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, there is still much to be done. It is time we make ready our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of allies appears to be growing. Yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making preparations for a celebration. They call it a ceremony of sorts. And the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt decree seems to be waning. The days ahead may be more peaceful than usual.
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be left to the Tenryou Commission?
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou Commission busy with preparations, we should have a little more breathing room than usual.
You do present a good point. Being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Perhaps a period of rest is in order. Toma, what would you suggest?
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an evening of hot pot together? Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll find it quite amusing.
Le jeu de la marmite, c'est quoi ça?
Well, as long as it has to do with eating.
Ah ouais, ça y est.
Simply put, every
Imran,
person
elle se réveille, il
prepares
y a
an
de la
ingredient
nourriture.
to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we add all the ingredients together. Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and guess whose ingredient it was. Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Tradition even has it that the winner receives blessings from the god of hot pot. Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting to give it a try. In fact, I've already got my ingredients prepared.
You really do want to play, huh? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some ingredients. But what should we choose? Ooh! Paimon proposes we gather raging demon-level Joyun chilies, super salty ham, mist flower corollas. This is already shaping up to be a hot pot to remember!
Oh, my stomach! It feels like Yoimiya's fireworks are going off inside me.
Who would have guessed that Toma would be the winner? He ate practically all those weird ingredients without a second thought.
Salt-crusted herring, unripe lavender melon, flash-boiled dongo, oh, and whatever that thing was that nearly froze my tongue off. Hold up, my life is starting to flash before my eyes. Time I call it.
You've only got yourself to blame, Toma. All those strange things you ate were ingredients you added yourself.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the Traveler ended up eating one. Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh. Think of the texture.
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest, I thought the cakes would be a tasty addition.
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not okay. I need to lie down. I feel like a new man.
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's turn. Talk about being competitive.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the god of hot pot's blessing. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I couldn't be beaten at my own game first time around. I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. I can sense it. So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today's Hot Pot Challenge is... me.
Oh, brother.
Ah, good effort, team. Another important job taken care of. Next on the agenda, some
Yes. If the Tenryo Commission truly is as busy with preparations as Toma claims, then some rest would be a welcome change of pace. And with the extra time, there are some other matters I wish to attend to.
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days' rest, we'll reconvene at the Komori Tea House and discuss our next operation. Downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure to make the most of it. I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the rules. I'll see you all later.
Bye, Toma! Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori Tea House for a while. Why don't we go explore some other places?
Bon, c'est cool.
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to request your assistance. But you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro Commission or the Kamisato clan. It is my own individual request.
Individual request? You mean personal stuff?
Correct. It concerns my mother. This may seem a little sudden, but in my view, you are the only person I can entrust this to. A few days ago, I was sorting through some old family belongings when I found a notebook that belonged to my mother. She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But what drew my attention was a name. It is one that I have never heard before, so the fact that she mentions it so frequently, it makes it difficult for me to ignore.
Probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Never. And although my mother and father passed away many years ago, both my brother and I are familiar with the vast majority of their acquaintances. So, I am very curious about this mysterious individual. I would very much like to meet them. According to the notebook, their name is Tsubaki. This seems to have been someone very important to my mother. Someone with a lot of personality, who liked to have fun.
Paimon thinks it sounds like a girl's name.
That's what I thought too.
So what do you want us to do? Do you need us to find her for you?
No. Her address is given in the notebook. We can head straight there. I wanted you to assist me with the preparation of greeting gifts. Please keep everything I have told you in strict confidence. The proper course of action would be to involve my brother and visit her together, but he is terribly busy at present, and on a more selfish note, I don't wish to involve anybody else from Inazuma in this matter. Exactly. That, and you are also a kind, well-mannered person with a genuine concern for other people. Not to mention trustworthy. I would not feel comfortable with anyone else in this situation.
You can count on us! We've done greeting gifts before, so we should be able to help. In terms of payment, just treat us to some delicious...
Wonderful! In fact, I was hoping to take this opportunity to show you both around. If you don't mind, of course.
Oh, we don't mind! We don't mind at all!
Thank you kindly. Shall we head off then? Ogura Textiles and Kimonos is our first stop.
Alright, sounds great!
Eh ben, c'est bien. Je pense qu'on va arrêter là pour aujourd'hui, c'est pas mal. On a pratiquement fini Xiangli. Bah, du coup, comme on a passé le niveau 40, après, ça va être elle, quoi. Concrètement, voilà. Il n'y a pas de questions à se poser. Ouais. Bon, bah c'était cool.
3, 4, and...
Et ben voilà, ça sera tout pour aujourd'hui. On se retrouve demain, même heure, pour la suite de l'aventure. Allez, sur ce, bon appétit, bon après-midi, amusez-vous bien, à demain et ciao, bye bye.